All right. Episode 138. Feeney Talks with Friends. Wait, or should I say Fuchs Talks with Friends?
No. This is your show. I'm just here, and I'm honored to be here, sir. Thank you.
Is it Friends of Fuchs today?
There was a recommendation for a promotion in the office where they wanted to do Friends of Fuchs on Facebook. And I said, absolutely not. They're like, why? We love this. It's great alliteration. But under no circumstances am I going to be associated that closely with Feeney. Give me some degrees of separation. So we are on the Friends of Feeney podcast.
Gotcha. So here we are. Feeney Talks with Friends. We're going to talk everything from financial advising to basketball to the JCC and everywhere in between. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, my name is Eric Feeney, founder and president of Friends of Feeney. Our mission is to help children and families that need assistance after heartbreak or tragedy. And I use this podcast, Feeney Talks with Friends. And I talk to wonderful people in the community that are doing great things. And Ben, you're all right.
Really?
You're doing all right.
That means a lot coming from you. I'll be honest. That's it's the first. Let it be known that on camera, on mic, this is the first words of praise that I've ever been given. The first time I met Feeney, what I got was an elbow to the jaw. So I will take this as thank you, sir.
Oh, we're going there already?
Wherever you want to go. It's your show. I'm just here.
I want to also shout out our last episode, 136, Cricket Press. We got a live backstage, how the printers work.
Cool.
Greg was Family Small Business of the Year. Do you need any manuals printed, notebooks? Do you need pads, envelopes? You should see Cricket Press. It's my guy on Park Road. Okay. Great podcast. Go back and check it out. All right, Fuchs. No, you brought it up. That's hilarious. I got the email too. We'll bring that up. 2016.
Oh, was that
the incident? The elbow incident.
Was that what that?
I know.
Okay. I didn't realize it was an incident.
I sent an apology and everything.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember the apology. I just remember the elbow. I may have seen red for the first time, but it's fine. It's fine. But you're a man of the people, and I'm grateful. Cool. So as I recall, we were up by like 10 with 30 seconds left. Feeney has the ball coming to the paint. I'm of course playing lax defense because I know we've got to win, and Feeney throws his elbow. That like extended like Daz Leem in Street Fighter, right? Where the arm,
the tall, skinny dude that shoots his arm,
where the arm just extends. So
great analogy,
right? And it just happened to connect cleanly. So if you're puffy on the side, you know why. But I think that was the introduction, right? That was when we first got to.
Yeah, that's so funny because I did go back in my search history.
Wow.
January 28th, 2016, regarding last play. Ben, I want to let you know there was never any intention to get you in the mouth. I pump faked and leaned in to draw a foul. We were down 8, and a 4-point play would have been a great miracle. People do it all the time. The ref should have called it too. With that said, I want you to know, after looking back on the play, I reacted inappropriately, and I apologize. My bad, man. I regret not checking with you right after it happened. You had every right to be pissed. We exchanged words in the heat of the moment.
Friendly.
I want to apologize and check in with you. I hope you're feeling better this morning. Let me know.
Did I respond?
And you did not respond.
Oh, it's weird. So let me just take this opportunity to say, 9 years later, you're forgiven. Forget. I don't know how my jaw could have fouled you, but I apologize for what clearly was a defensive error on my part.
Yep. And then, so funny, then then almost a year later, January 26th, 2017.
Okay. You came with receipts today. I need to do more research.
F you in your season high. Just F you. It just says F you. Shocked you even hit one jumper. You made like 5. #lucky.
Was that you to me or me to you?
That was me to you.
Oh, well, then I'll take it. Got it. And you know what? That's a fair email, given that I didn't respond to your well thought out.
Yeah,
I remember reading the first email, the one where you apologized, and I'm like, nope. I was like, not today. I am not ready.
Nope, not today.
Few people, I feel like, really appreciate the art of holding a grudge like I do, because I feel like it's important to hold on to these things forever, but now I'm here on camera, so I'm forced to let go.
Yep.
But thank you.
9 years is a long time to think on this, meditate.
You're right.
Do you accept my apology?
I accepted apology.
You're a good
until the next
friend,
thing
Fuchs.
that you do next week.
We'll maybe hit back to some JCC, but again, Thank you for being a good friend. I'm truly honored to speak with you today. Fuchs Financial has generously supported our golf tournament 2 years in a row. You're an exclusive hole sponsor. So 2 years in a row, you'll see the Fuchs. You have the entire hole. So feel free to set up a table, bring some swag. It is your hole. But for 2 years in a row. So thank you so much. Truly means the world to our nonprofit. Can you golf?
Not at all. There is, like, I consider myself relatively athletic. I wouldn't consider myself a real athlete. There are real athletes out there that played Division I something. That's not me. But I was good enough to be like varsity in a couple sports. I played D3 football and tennis. Golf is a thing where I think that I would like rather fight a grizzly bear than pick up clubs and go walk around a course.
No, it's challenging. It's not easy. It's definitely a mechanical, very mental and physical game. You know, in basketball, if you can't shoot, you can rebound. Or if you can't rebound, you could play D. Mm-hmm. Or you could dive on the floor. Or you could, there's a niche. I feel like golf, I don't know, maybe you could be a good putter, driver, and mid-range game, but point being, it's hard.
It's hard. So you're a golfer? You've done this a while?
I golfed 2 weekends in a row, actually. Hawks Landing.
Okay.
In Southington with my old college roommate. So it was a good time.
Okay.
But we're having our 4th annual Friends of Feeney golf tournament at Tunxus, September 13th. Save the date. We're looking for sponsors. I want to thank Fuchs again. Your neighbor of your building in West Hartford, Brook Goff, is going to be a swag sponsor.
I've heard of her.
You heard of her? Yeah. I don't know. Have you seen her around? No. Does she come by at all?
We will see each other like to and from on the elevator, and that's about like, friendly interactions, nothing negative to say, but just not a lot of interaction, and that's, we don't really cross paths a lot. That's okay.
Yeah. When you getting a billboard?
So there was an offer. There's a guy that super nice guy who does some of my marketing with me, and he said, I will pay for your billboard if we can put your last name on there and say, does your advisor Fuchs with you? And I said, that's tempting. I'm going to pass. So I don't have a billboard, but does
your advisor Fuchs with you?
I will just leave that to golf. She has the right.
She's everywhere.
And she's great. I mean, I can't fault her. So when you talk about the 4th year running of the charity golf tournament, I mean, it seems like your organization has been able to expand. Do you know, like, year over year, is there like a metric on like how many people you've been able to help, like 2020 versus 2025, 2024?
Yeah.
Can you, I mean, I know so this is your podcast. But.
I know, please. That's great. Great question. Thanks for asking. I think, I'm not exactly sure. I know COVID was slow, but just this month, actually, since 2025 started, we've already helped 20 families.
Wow.
We just hit our 100th family. So we're very excited. We raised over $250,000, and we just helped our 100th family. So what big, do you Fuchs with that?
I will Fuchs with that.
100th family?
I will Feeney with that. I will Feeney. What does that mean? Like when you say like, I helped this family, like,
yep.
What does that mean?
So our word of mouth is getting around so well that people submit to our email or to our website page, and we have a donation request form where someone would fill out their information, the family's information, the issue or need or medical support, and then how much they think that would help.
Okay.
We meet on the board. The board of directors meet twice a week, every other Thursday, and we discuss future events and some donations. So, and we've never said no. Wow. We've said no actually to a family in Florida. It was out of we're a local charity.
Sure.
We wish we could have helped. It was a hurricane issue in Florida, but that family heard of us in Connecticut, wanted to help their brother in Florida. Unfortunately, we could not, but we are helping anywhere from, Hartford to Waterbury and everywhere in between. A lot of families come from West Hartford. We just helped a family. Unfortunately, someone passed away. A family is having cancer. The woman works at a pizza place local in town. Who else do we help? My good friend from high school, his house burnt down.
Jesus.
Louis, thinking of Louis, great guy. We just helped him with a check and donations of Amazon supplies like cleaning products and stuff like that. But just trying to help as many people as you can. I'm very fortunate. I'm a teacher, happy career and great job. I've been helping students inside the classroom. Always want to try to help them outside the classroom. It's a good. It models appropriate behavior to my daughters. You know, we're helping others. So I like to do that. I'm from a divorced family, so I knew how it was not to see my dad every once in a while. I could never imagine never seeing him again. So I empathize with that first family that happened. And then we're working in the community, collaborating with wonderful people like Direct Line Media, like Maximum Beverage, like Fuchs Financial. So great people in the community has really bought into our mission and our goals and helping us out. You're talking about progress and growth. Our golf tournament, first year 10,000, second year 18,000, I think 25,000. So the goal this year is 30,000 plus. We're already on our way, so we have gotten a lot more sponsors so far. Thanks again for being an exclusive whole sponsor.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And you brought up Brook Goff. Brook Goff was a podcast guest. Go back and check it out. Number 62, Brook Goff.
Got these numbers down, man. Maybe you should do what I'm doing. You got all these numbers. So.
Not the numbers. Yeah. No. Do you need a job? Can you? Itchy.
Yeah, get it.
Got that fresh tag. Got that fresh tea.
You got the sponsorship going for the JCC.
JCC.
I'm for it.
Where it all happened.
So, I mean, after hearing about everything you do, it almost makes me feel bad for absolutely destroying you on our one-on-one. Have we ever had conversations about the lead up to? So do you want to tell, do you want to go through, you have the text probably of what you said that inspired this great one-on-one matchup that we had?
I mean, as a third grade teacher, I told you to bring show and tell.
Okay, so
show and tell. You could have had the trophy now.
That's okay. We've seen the trophy.
Maybe we'll pull up a picture.
You might have a picture.
I might have a picture. Ty might have a picture.
Ty definitely has a picture.
I burnt all those pictures.
So here's what I remember.
You start. Go ahead. What do you remember?
Here's my recollection. And I don't have the text. I didn't go through the history. I'm just going to go straight from memory here. But there was a text message to a community, to a group that Eric and I are part of, right? Where he may have been running his mouth or thumbs, as you will. I could beat Ty in 3. I could beat Billy in whatever. I could outswim Billy. I could destroy Fuchs in the post. And I took exception to that. Now, granted, it was during COVID. Nobody had anything else to do. So it became this big matchup. We both, by the way, we masked up for 2 weeks ahead of time. We were both tested before all this. We did all the things that we needed to do to make it COVID friendly-ish. We had our own bubbles, right?
Yep.
I may have sent him a Rocky training video with it was the first time my wife ever filmed me jumping rope, and last time. I don't think I've jumped rope since. And so we set that up. We scheduled a time, and Dave Shapiro, was like, why don't you come over and practice first? Because I don't think I'd picked up a ball in 5 months.
You heard he hired a trainer, but go ahead, continue.
The day of the matchup, I shot in his driveway before going to somebody else's driveway. And after Dave saw me take 4 jump shots, he's like, if you do that during the game, I'm going to come down there and punch you in the face.
Yep.
And I said, really? He's like, absolutely. You can't lose this. And I said, okay. And I think I wasn't all that nervous, but Dave was nervous for me because if I lost to you, the amount of trash talk that I would have to hear for the rest of my life might be more than any one person.
I would have made T-shirts. We'd be talking a totally different way. I would have started off, remember when I beat you? It was about 11-5, give or take. And knowing
you got
this,
5 points. You might have gotten 2, I think.
You did back me down, but not realizing you got 2 inches on me and maybe 50 pounds, 40 pounds.
Maybe. Easy. So
you 240, 250?
I was, I want to say, so before COVID, I was 225 to 230.
Okay.
At that point during COVID, I was probably about 240.
Okay.
Right now, about 245. Solid muscle, by the way. Not an ounce
all
of
steel.
Not
all
an ounce
steel.
of the cameras from the neck up.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Good.
These cameras don't add 15 like TV cameras either.
Perfect.
But no, bad. You bringing that up? We're already there. How many minutes in? 20 minutes. He's bringing in the.
But why would I wait for something so
Feeney
wonderful?
versus Fuchs. There was a trophy made.
It was Fuchs versus Feeney. Yeah.
There was a trophy made. Ty has the trophy.
Yay big.
Maybe we'll get we'll put the trophy right here. I'll find it. Boom.
I would have it on my shoulder the entire time. I would have worn it around my neck like Flavor Flav. But it's collecting. It's not a big deal.
We played at Near's house.
Near what? Yep.
Ty showed up. Was Billy there? And I remember. So you hired a trainer, one, and then you also brought a coach because Shapiro was like, back him down, and it was just like grinding me out. Boom, boom, boom. And I was just like,
you said you could take me in the post. That
100% said it.
So I'm not going to take a fadeaway
Lesson
jump
learned.
shot.
Lesson learned.
I thought you wanted a rematch. I thought that was the whole. I assumed
we're gonna Facebook Live stream a rematch.
Okay.
I'm going to have to get like Rocky 5 and just start running through the mountains with a stick.
You picked the worst Rocky. That was Tommy the Machine Gun, not Ivan Drago, which would be Rocky 4. Just, as long as we're doing this.
Did I mess that up?
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I'm here
That's my favorite Rocky.
It is. It's a great Rocky.
Number 5 didn't exist, so forget I mentioned that.
Tommy, it's fine. It's fine. There are some lines, but Rocky is like... my dad is a rabbi, my brother is a rabbi, but Rocky is pretty much like the Bible in our house. So it's that holy for us. We've seen so many of them so many times. But yes,
I love it.
That's what we do. But
which one's your favorite?
Number 3.
And why is it 3 or 4?
It's 3.
Yeah.
Mr. T.
Amazing.
Clubber Lang. My prediction, pain, which is what I think I might have said to you before we started our one-on-one, but that's fine. So, we do what I can. We enjoy it.
Rocky. Man. All right, you mentioned it. So my favorite rabbi is Stephen Chatinover.
Okay.
Favorite rabbi. Who's your favorite rabbi?
Well, my father.
Okay.
I'm
hoping you would say that.
And my brother is also, I would say my father and my brother, right? One-on-one. But on the basketball court, Rabbi Chatinover is absolutely there. With also the exception being my father. So I don't know if you ever had this experience. My father, when we would play basketball, basically did to me what I did to you when I beat you. Did we mention that I beat you one-on-one? Anyway, so he would do this thing, and my brother and I would call it the old butt maneuver, where he would take the ball, he would turn around, and he would just, like a Mack truck, just beeping the entire time until right under the basket. That was...
Welcome to my world. 11 points in a row. That's what I got.
That's so it was 11. Well, yeah, it was like 11-2. Yeah, actually, there's no way you got 5 on me. Anyway, revisionist history. But it's your podcast, so whatever you say. No, man,
So he was bigger than you? He backed you down.
And then once I hit puberty, like, there was no more. Like, he wouldn't play me anymore. And that was...
So is that where you learned the swinging left elbow hook?
No, that's...
Square to clear out?
No. So
offensive foul?
It was, no. I never did that. No.
I should have called that a Near's driveway.
There was no... I never hit you with the elbow. You hit me with the elbow.
There was one time I was like, all right. And I checked with Coach Shapiro. I'm like, I'm just going to hack him. If you're going to back me down. And I just went, really good hack. He would have been probably a flagrant in Near's driveway.
It's fine.
And Shapiro was like, all right. But I'm like, we can't do this 50 times in a row.
Shapiro said, I knew you were going to win when he asked you if he could foul you.
I remember him saying that.
Because at that point, that's okay. So, it was a good. So, when it comes to if we're going to talk about basketball, I think, and I hate to ask this, but last season you were a captain, right?
Yep.
How would you rank your abilities as a captain? I don't remember. Like, there were 8 teams in the league, right?
Wow.
I'm just asking questions.
This is my podcast.
Oh, this is your podcast.
Continue. I'm glad you brought this up. Because I have rosters.
Oh, okay, good. Because I feel like it's important to make people human, right?
Yeah.
And Eric Feeney is this great pillar of the community. That's so where, hey, he's not perfect every time. This is a great example of that, right?
Agreed.
So,
are we going to talk about last season too, or just this season?
What the season that we just had?
How about no? Okay.
What was the record that on the previous season? So you remember the last season? That was the one where we were holding the championship.
Yeah. Wait, you won 2 years in a row?
I didn't win 2 seasons in a row.
2 winters in a row?
2 winters in a row, yeah.
You won 2 winters in a row?
Yeah.
With Alexis both times?
With Alexis both times, yes. And not that I'm here to talk about myself, because I'm not. But I did win MVP both times. Go ahead.
Did you have game high? 19?
My season average was like 4 points a game, and I got 19 in that game. because that was the one game that my wife decided that she was going to bring all of the kids. And I didn't miss a shot. It was amazing. I played out of my mind. It was an out-of-body experience. The very next game, 4 points. So be it. I'll live.
Hey, but game on the line, versus tie. You hit back-to-back threes. You hit a total of 3 threes. I mean, I didn't even know you could spell the word three.
I can't. And I can't do it again.
And you hit 3 threes, and they were nothing but net, top of the key, swish. I was like, you must have said your prayers that morning.
It was a prayer.
Did your dad, Rabbi, bless you that morning?
We don't do the cross. That's
Okay,
not.
that was
That's
bad.
not.
That was bad.
No, it's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not bad. You can do the cross. I'm just saying it's not what we do. But no, that's not, because if my dad was going to bless me, no disrespect to Jesus, but it just wouldn't be with his cross. That's all. Am I allowed to say that? Am I going to get hunted down?
No. This is a non-denominational podcast.
I don't want to get in trouble, man. I just,
Fuchs out here spewing.
want to try to live after all this.
So you can't get blessed.
Well, I can get blessed. It's not. So there is a blessing that my father would give to me every Friday, every Shabbat, and I give to my kids. But it just happened to be.
Do you turn lights off and no electricity for Shabbat?
We're not that cool.
Do you have the thing built in your backyard that you go and eat, like the hut?
Sukkah? So
Yep.
that's during Sukkot. That's 8 days of the year.
Yep.
And we do build it. So that happens 8 days out of the year. And, it's just an activity where we get to build something together as a family. Basically, the kids will look at me as I'm doing all the work by myself. And then the 3-year-old, who will now be 4-year-old, will come over and steal a nail as I'm about to put it in. It's perfect. It's a lot of fun.
Bonding, family
It's
bonding
great.
at its best.
And they definitely never heard me say any words that are inappropriate at all. And I, by the way, I don't know if you know this about me, I'm not the construction guy, but that's okay.
So, no, did you know rabbi means teacher?
So if what you're getting to is that you want me to call you Rabbi Feeney, I promise you.
No, I wasn't going that angle.
I promise you I can tell you what's not going to happen.
That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. That would be.
Did you bring
Did I tell you
a
that?
kippah for me?
I did not, because listen, everybody has their own interpretations. I think a lot of people say that they cover their head when they're in the presence of God, and so they wear a kippah when they go to synagogue, or some people wear a kippah all the time. I would rather let my 10-year-old make fun of my growing bald spot. I think it's important to allow that to happen, so I don't cover it up. It's there.
Rabbi Chatinover, episode 54.
Impressive.
I wrote these down actually,
Okay.
but it was really, I learned a lot because he wears the kippah all the time, obviously, wears it on the court, wears it to the grocery store, and he does that because when he's walking in an aisle, and if someone sees him, they're more comfortable asking for help because they know he's a rabbi or he's representing this culture and this religion that's
Is
that's
that also
positive.
true of the Sikh culture, right? Of the, let me not speak out of turn on a podcast, but I thought that was also true of the Sikh sets. But let me not. But yes, I think that's
So
great.
yeah, he said, and then my friend Matt, former camp director, said, "Oh, I found that so interesting because Matt wears his too, and he
Okay.
didn't really realize why he did it, but Rabbi on my podcast, exclusive, allowed him to reflect and say, oh, that's awesome. That's why I wear my kippah. And if you're wearing a hat, you don't have to wear it,
Because your head is covered.
and your head's covered, and you should wear it while you're eating, right? No, oh, you're not really big into that.
I mean, you would think that I'd know
dad?
more. I hate to disappoint you, man.
Yeah.
But my feelings on religion have always been very straightforward. I care that we're doing the right things, and I feel like as a Jew, I feel like our goal as Jews is to try and make the world a better place. What can we do to improve the lives of the people around us? Which is why Friends of Feeney makes sense. Which is why I started my company too. And I think that inherently that's what we're here for. And I think a lot of the other stuff is fluff, personally, right? I think that sometimes we use physical things to remind us of why we do. Right? We put on the kippah, people wrap their hands, and I respect that, and I think that's wonderful, and I don't take anything away from that. It's just not where I am. And I give my kids the framework of what I believe, and then you do what you want, right? I don't want you to be so indoctrinated into how I feel. I want you to think for yourself and to argue. And I think so much of what I like about Judaism is the questioning. Why are we doing this? Why does this make sense? Does this make sense for me? And I think it's okay to have those questions and to do it your own way.
Awesome. Now, if you know the Venn diagram, the two circles.
Yep.
If we had Rabbi Steve and your dad, do they overlap? Do you see compare and contrast?
Not a lot of overlap, except when I was in high school, there was Yachad, so they would both teach classes there, and that was a big deal. But I don't like, they agree. I think a lot of times you see more overlapping of rabbis when they disagree, and so then you see them get together because they're like, they're doing their little debates, and but not a whole lot of that.
Because John Lyons, he's like the local weatherman on Facebook and stuff. You know
Yep.
him, 131.
Oh yeah,
I think his daughters.
I follow him.
You do follow. He's great with the weather.
Yeah,
131.
West Hartford Friends and Neighbors. Yes.
Friends and Neighbors. I think his daughters did bat mitzvah, bat
Yep.
with your dad.
Oh.
I think he mentioned, because on
Okay.
the podcast 131, I go, hey, future guests, Fuchs. And he's like, oh, is his dad a rabbi? And I was like, yes. And he's like, I think my daughter's connected with them.
So my father, what the amazing thing about my father is that just about anybody he's ever done a bar or bat mitzvah for, he will still remember 2 or 3 Hebrew words that he had them remember, and will ask them about it 1, 2, 3, 4 decades later.
Decades.
So Aaron Goldenthal had dinner with the other night in his mid-30s for his birthday. He says, the last time that I saw your dad on Facebook, he asked me what some Hebrew word was that I can't pronounce. And, I still have to remember it because he continues to ask me. So
That's awesome.
I think I'm bumping the table, but I respect that. He's
Now,
good dude.
you brought up Aaron. What's his plus minus playing with tie or playing without tie?
So I respect what you're trying to do. And so there's a thing called the wedge. And what you're trying to do is drive a wedge between 2 teammates. And one of the ways that you do that is ask a seemingly innocuous question.
Okay. You can plead the fifth.
No, I'll plead nothing.
I have another question.
I would say that his shots per game are up and down. He scored 14, I think it was, last game. And, let's face it, Ty can create a lot of shots for people when he chooses to pass the ball. But he's a pass-first player.
Oh,
so
yes. Pass first. You heard it here.
On camera.
What minute are we for the pass first?
Let's not worry about that. Anyway, striking from the record. No, I mean, so he creates that, but he's, I think it might be dead even.
No, an amazing longevity camera bar. You ever go over there?
Oh, absolutely.
Aaron's family business.
Yes.
That's an amazing spot.
We bought our camera there. My mother bought her camera there. Anybody that I ever know that ever should buy a camera should buy it from them. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. I told him I want to do a podcast with them there.
Oh,
it's been there for 50 years.
That's incredible.
It's like a staple of the
His
Hartford community.
I believe it was his grandfather that started it.
And he showed me around how, like, they do the bars in the windows. They used to welcome people in. That's, I guess, what it was, camera bar. They used to, like, hang out, not to drink or anything, but, like, to hang out and talk camera stuff.
Sure.
And then they had to do away with that. But just an amazing, and then all the older cameras, all the progression of the years of, like, you could see the changes. Great guy. Great family. And camera bar. Yes, buy your cameras from the camera bar.
Absolutely.
So we talked rabbis. Oh, so you're a financial advisor. I teach 3rd grade.
Okay.
Can you explain being a financial advisor to a 3rd grader?
Sure. When somebody retires and they stop working, they need to replace the money that they're no longer earning. We help them replace it with the investments that we do.
Boom.
Now, there's a lot that goes into that, right? There's taxes and Social Security and income planning and recessions and all the things that people worry about from an anxiety standpoint. And our goal is to kind of take that weight off of their shoulders and put it on ours so that they can just enjoy retirement and know that they're going to get a paycheck every month and not have to worry about anything. And we figure out how to navigate all that stuff. And then we show and we educate. Like, don't take our word for it. I'm a big believer in, like, no man behind the curtain, anything. Here's what you have. Here's why we're doing it. You have to agree that you're comfortable with the philosophy before you let us manage the money. What's crazy is that I've had people come to me with, like, rollover checks from their 401k. Here, take this. My friend said that this is what I have to do when I become a client. And I said, hang on. You don't let's make sure you like us first. Let's have the conversation. But that's what we do.
Interesting. All right. Financial advisor. So, I got some sponsors. So let me shout out some sponsors. Keating Agency, Float 41. Oh, the Fix IV. I meant to mention before we played the Fuchs versus Feeney one-on-one. I went and got a fix. Remember I sent you the video?
I don't think they want anybody to know that. I don't think you're
It
helping
didn't
them.
work.
I don't think you're helping them.
But I felt great.
You know what? I did a Float 41 before that, so you're welcome. I see them on the list of sponsors, so they're still a sponsor,
Did
right?
you eat a Luna pizza after?
No, yeah, but I should have, because that would have made me feel even better.
Golf Law Group, People's Bank, Parkville Management, West Hartford Lock, Maximum Beverage, and Sally and Bob's.
West Hartford Lock did the locks for my office and for my house. Those people are amazing. They're great professional people.
Eric Brown.
Solid,
Great guy. Episode 40, if you're wondering, at home. That one I know.
It's great. That's impressive.
That one I didn't have to write down.
You're welcome. I think I just broke the microphone with that. That's
louder next time.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric Brown and Yuri, great people. They run a golf tournament every year at Tumblebrook for their company, and they invite their friends and employees and clients, and they do a little raffle, and then whatever proceeds they give to Friends of Feeney. So thank you, Eric. Wow. Great people.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you're coming.
I'm not doing that. But I will. I think what would be great is to do that charity one-on-one, and then maybe you should bring somebody that could actually beat me.
Okay. Okay.
No.
I'm trying to get Brian Gomes on the podcast. Maybe I'll have him.
No. He might beat me. I don't want. Don't break. Fuchs versus Feeney. As
Fuchs versus Feeney.
So, so I'll tell you. I started the company. I don't know. To me, financial planning is giving yourself enough power to have control. I think that's really important. And so if your boss is being a jerk and you realize that nobody should listen to this person and you want to walk away, it's knowing that you can actually walk away, not having to be so reliant on that paycheck that I've got other options. I can handle this myself for a while. I'm comfortable enough. I have the ability to walk away. When I started Fuchs Financial, I was working for another company, and my daughter was 4, and I was having a conversation with the owner of the company, and he was talking to me in a way that if he was talking to my daughter, I hoped that she would get up and leave. No matter how much money she was making, no matter what the circumstances were, to have enough respect for herself to be able to get up and go. And when I had that thought, that if my daughter was here, that I would leave, then I have to lead by my own example and get up and go. And that was when I basically was like, I'm not working for anybody else. I'm going to try this myself. And I had 2 kids at the time, 3rd on the way. Very exciting stuff, a little bit terrifying. And I started in April of 2019. And the only way that I was able to get business, because I was so afraid of doing anything that the other company did. I didn't want to do anything that I wouldn't do anything the way that they did it. And so I only did library workshops, which I had never, ever done with them ever, which was great. And all of a sudden, typically it takes 3 years for a business to break even. Broke even in 9 months. It was awesome. And then, was it March of 2020? COVID hit. Mm-hmm. Couldn't do libraries anymore. I remember when the first library said, hey, we can't have you come in because we're closed. It's like, oh man, now what am I going to do? Because now the 3rd one is, anyway. So, I don't know, man, you got to
2019, now I was just going to ask, and now you have Middletown, West Hartford, Middlebury, Mystic. That's awesome. You got any exclusives? You got any other ones coming up?
You want nothing?
On,
so I'm
exclusive.
No exclusives. We do. I was looking at extending, but I think what I'd like to do is, I feel like every other company that I've been at or around, they always try to treat new people better than their existing people. Right? It's all about trying to acquire new people, and the mindset is instead of taking care of the people that they already have. The mindset for me right now is let's make sure that we're taking excellent care of the people that we already have. Mutual friend Jeff, right? Who does your taxes, right? We're lucky to have him. I would knock the table, but I'd get in trouble. So I'm learning. I'm not doing that. But we was brought on in January this year so that we could do our clients' taxes in-house. And for the majority of them, didn't charge anything, because it was just a service that we want to be able to take better care of our existing people. And when you're retired, the majority of your income, majority of your taxes are coming from us anyway. You got Social Security, but IRA withdrawals, all the stuff that we affect impacts the taxes. So if we can have it in one place, if we can have easier communication between us, it makes life easier for our clients. That was the goal.
Yeah.
So before we grow anymore, I want to make sure that we're able to really button up our process, make sure we're comfortable before we expand anymore. And that's the focus
awesome.
for 2025.
Jeff Singer, Just Taxes. He does my taxes. Great guy. I was his
He
daughter's
also
teacher.
recommended that I kick you under the table. He said, before you go, you should kick him under the table. I said, why? He said, just kick him under the table. I haven't done it.
I think he knows. Maybe
Okay.
I know why, but no, he let me in. We were in your office at 8 p.m.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
eating all the snacks, your beef jerky, your chips. I drank all the seltzers. I moved around your bobblehead of Bob Ross. Took about a handful of pens.
Thank you. Don't worry.
Drank from all your mugs.
I actually had the entire office sterilized after we were there, so don't worry. But I also asked Jeff to write down everything that you took, so you'll be getting a bill. Just thank you in advance. We'll send it to Eric though, not Friends of Feeney. We don't have bill in the charity work.
But no, Jeff Singer, great person. All right, our motto: be a good friend. Pick up trash, hold the door, give a compliment, be charitable. What makes Jeff Singer a good friend?
We had a client before he became on board last year who had done something wrong with their TurboTax. They filled out something wrong, and because of that, they weren't going to get an exemption that they needed because it showed that they made too much income. Jeff showed up to their house on April 15th, which is tax day, at 6 p.m. to walk them through what they had done, figure it out, and make sure that they were on the right page. I don't think that you meet a lot of human beings, especially accountants, in the middle, at the last day of tax season when he clearly has so much going on, to be able to take time just to help out somebody he'd never met before.
Great guy. Thank you, Jeff Singer, for being a good friend. Well, he did mine at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. Does that count?
Is
a
that
good
because
friend?
you got him everything at 7:55 p.m. on a Sunday? Is that?
Oh, okay. Forgot about that.
No,
part.
I'm guessing. I don't know. He didn't tell me, but that would be my guesstimate.
And back to West Hartford Lock. Watch what I do here. What are 3 keys that make you a great financial advisor?
Oh, man. Well, I mean, here I'm talking a lot, but the first thing we have to do is listen. So many people just want to come in and be like, okay, let me tell you what you should do. How can I help you if I don't understand who you are and what you're trying to accomplish and what goals are? Everyone's different anyway, so listen first. Number 2, we stand by what we do. I think so many people just want to give an answer and then not follow through. With this stuff, you got to be able to follow through on what you do. You got to be able to show people that, you are who you say you are, that you do. And then number 3, we bring everything together. We don't just focus on one aspect, right? It's not just this investment or this mutual fund or this stock or this whatever. It's how does this work with your Social Security, with your taxes, with your estate planning? Because all those things have to combine. And if you just look at one out of those 4 or 2 out of they don't intersect, and you're not doing the right thing for people. You have to put all those pieces together. And I joke about it, and some people call it a puzzle. I like to call it a Lego set, because if you've ever put the wrong piece down on a Lego and it's a little thin one, and then you have to scrape your nail to try and break it back off, that's what it is sometimes when you do the wrong thing at the wrong time with financial planning. So we want to make sure that we're building the right pieces and make sure we got a pretty picture at the end.
Good. Listen.
Now, people don't know this, but our buddy Billy Markowitz may have stopped by. Is he allowed to jump on the camera? So can you come in? Let me scoot over.
Maybe he had his shine already.
He
had his time on episode. What's your episode, Billy?
God, I think it was 107.
Let's see. 107.
Maybe 117.
Can we?
I got 127 here, Billy. Come on.
Do you started swimming after you? That's what it was. You
I
started
swam
swimming.
2 days in a row, boys, at the J.
Wow,
Half a mile yesterday, half a mile this morning.
it's impressive.
You know,
It's a great shirt.
what a difference the J makes. I'm down to 208.
Wow.
I used to be 220.
Okay.
My knees are feeling better.
So when I beat you in one-on-one, I only had 20 pounds on you. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Okay. Because you made it sound like I had 50. So which would have made me 270. So you thought I was 270.
Well, at that point in time, I think I was 220-ish. So I also had some LBs on me.
Yeah, but you made it seem like I was 50 pounds.
220s. So you were about 40.
Did I miss
I was
the
20. I was 20.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
No, we haven't gone there, but we played one-on-one. Were you there for that?
there.
You
Oh,
were
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Oh.
He wanted me to bring the trophy. I don't know why he'd want me to bring the trophy, but he did.
Yeah, we're going to live stream a rematch. Facebook
You want to be the
fundraiser.
guest referee, or should we have Ty? Who should?
Tie.
Ty? Okay. All right. You can do the color commentary. We'll give you the mic. I'll
Now,
take it.
true or false, can you talk openly on how the market is right now today?
So today, the S&P 500 actually went positive for the year, and the reason that happened was because you brought me on the podcast.
Yes.
The S&P 500 is up 0.1% as of this, and at one point was down like 15-ish%, like it crazy turnaround. And so, can I predict what happens? Never. I'm not that cool. I don't have a crystal ball, but I can plan for any situation. And that's what we do, is make sure that no matter what happens, we have a plan for you. When you don't have a plan, that's when the anxiety kicks in. Oh man, I should have done this a while ago. I should have talked to somebody. But no, that's why we don't have to worry about it. The reason that I haven't lost more of my hair is because we have a plan.
I know you're looking a little gray right here.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Distinguished.
Right.
Did I tell you that my daughter this morning, I stood on a coffee table while I was sitting on the couch, and she said, "Dad." I said, "What?" She said, "Dad." She's like, 10 going on 15. You should really stop losing your hair. So, thank you so much for that kind of advice.
Yeah, daughters are the best like
I'll
that.
keep it. I appreciate the honesty. I'm just grateful. So, I'm happy to have the gray as long as I got something.
My daughters once said, "Hey, Dad, put your hair down. What's your bald spot look like today? A C, an S, or a J?" I would show the camera, but let's not. But yeah, kids, daughters, especially to their dads, love them.
Yeah.
But man, no. And so, how you feeling talking on camera? I know you're nervous. You don't do it that often, right?
It's intimidating to
Right.
sit down in front of you.
So, welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
I noticed on your website you said as seen on CTNBC, Channel 3, WTCI, 1080, News Channel 8. Are we going to get a Feeney Talks with Friends logo up there as seen on? Can we add that to the website?
Well, since you're asking me
Am I asking too much?
on camera,
Yeah,
on
right?
your podcast,
Right? That's
No.
that's the best way to get a supposed to be get a yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be awesome. And true or false, confirm or
As
deny.
long as we can have Fuchs Financial guest on Friends of Feeney website.
Deal.
I have to negotiate. I can't just
Yep.
accept, I've got to, as I was told to.
This is the chairman of the board, Matt,
I'm not looking at you.
Billy, Ben, Fuchs. You missed it. He's been talking a lot of trash. Thank you. I got some backup
Specifically
now.
about you. Apparently, he was talking trash about you.
So confirm or deny, do you film? You have a TV show.
I do have a TV show.
It airs weekly Sundays, right? Or
It
Saturday
airs
nights.
Saturday nights, 7 p.m. NBC, if I'm not preempted by the Kentucky Derby. Or,
Did you get
sports.
bumped for the Run of the Roses?
I can't believe that
How dare they?
Why would anybody want to see those massive hats instead of
Right.
my financial show?
Ah.
But you do what you can.
The
Rachel Lusker,
greatest
shout
2
out to
minutes
her.
in sports, they wanted to bump you.
Yeah.
Well, you have your biggest fan here. Billy sends screenshots of all of your times on the TV.
And I'm honored. Because
I
I'll
have
look,
them
I'll look
pulled up.
online and there's like one active viewer and I'm like, Billy, thank you. No, I have no idea.
The best is once I go to like a Yard Goats event, bow ties and baseballs.
Okay.
I go to the bar to get a drink and I look on the screen and who do I see? Ruining my evening.
Enhancing your evening. I heard you. You're welcome, by the
Where
way.
was I? Yep, this is it, the Yard Goats game.
Look at that.
Look at you.
Oh,
at the
man, I
bar.
like that jacket. I should have worn that jacket today.
Then there's another one. Oh, howyourretire.com? Is that you?
That's me. That's a website that you can go to if you just want a tax analysis. But taxesandincome.com is really the main site that we go to. So if you want to go to taxesandincome.com, because too many people were misspelling Fuchs, so we went with that. I don't know how you could do it, but taxesandincome.com made it easier for the community.
Yeah. And your number, you can be reached at fuchsfinancial.com and 860-775-4490.
I don't even know that number. How about 860-461-1709? That could also be true.
Is that your cell phone that you just gave? Or-
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Under no
I was gonna
circumstances. Because if you gave my cell phone, I would have filled
I'll
that
got
up.
your cell
Please
phone.
don't. No.
Stick around to the end. I'm sharing
Yeah, nobody
Fuchs'
wants that.
cell
Nobody wants
phone
that. So to be perfectly honest,
and his address.
So swear to God, I came here like 2 minutes late. I was going to be here at 4:29. I showed up at 4:32 because I was in the Starbucks next door. And as I'm getting in my car to leave, somebody pulls, like, this is how you get out. Somebody pulled right in front of me and is like, "Hey, are you that financial guy?" And I'm like, yeah, no, it's me. Like, I'm happy to, like, no, I'm happy to do it. But I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be late for this podcast. Like, I give Feeney a hard enough time to then show up late would be just purely disrespectful. I don't want to do that. So I apologize for being 2 minutes late, but I did meet a very nice guy.
Interesting. Did you give him your card?
I did.
That's very cool.
I did.
He recognized you. Recognizable face, this guy?
Which is weird because I don't feel like I'm that, like, I don't.
Between Goff and Ben, which is interesting because they share us. They're on the same.
Yep.
Well, I let her be in the building. That was it. So Bruce came to us and was like, you okay with it? No. We're very happy.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to, the Starbucks lady pulled out and you saw a magnet on her car. No?
No. So what I do, generally speaking, is I carry with me spray paint. So every time I see the Be a Good Friend, I want to enhance the border.
Nice.
No, I would
Nice.
never.
You can get these now. These are a fundraiser. We did a mural at Parkville Market at the local, and they're being sold at the Daily Grind in Farmington. But as you can see, it's a Starry Night theme, Vincent Van Gogh. So thank you to our friends Zoe, Jack, Tegan, and Hannah, and Julie from Rise Up Murals.
Okay.
They help us do this. We'll share a link, but these are some cool new, maybe you'll buy one. Shoot the lock off your wallet and buy a magnet, Fuchs.
Well, you just said that I sponsored your golf tournament.
That's
but
true.
that's not enough. I got to buy a magnet now.
Oops.
Okay, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I get alligator arms and I can't just reach.
All right, back to confirm or deny. Do you film your show in Arizona?
So.
And how does that work?
I film, yes, but. So, breaking news. We actually have finished or are in the process of finishing the studio in our Middletown office so that I will not have to fly down to Arizona anymore because it used to be like, oh, cool, I get a break. And now my daughter will hug my leg, the one that still likes me, the 3-year-old, she'll hug my leg and say, Dad, don't go. And the guilt of leaving every time. And it's like 2 days, but it's still, where do you go? So we do film in Arizona. There's a great studio down there that we were able to use where we can film that, and they have a production crew in it, so it's really cool. But shout out to Go and to Greenlight Productions, Adrienne Gallagher. She is the one that's going to be filming the show, and we're really excited to have that happen.
And you're going to host in Middletown.
In Middletown.
You have quite the playhouse in that Middletown office.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Arcades.
I'm unaware of what you're saying.
Pinballs.
No pinball. Pinball is false.
Arcade, though.
I've
Pool
heard
table. Ping pong
No pool
table.
table. No pool table.
Come on, man. I got Singer showing me pictures.
Okay, first of all, you check the pictures. So what there is a basketball shooting game.
Pop shot.
So here's what happened, man. Listen, I hit my midlife crisis. I'm 42.
Didn't we all?
I'm right. And instead of buying like the convertible to show off my shiny bald spot, I've decided that it would be more cost efficient and fun to buy the games and put them in Middletown. And Middletown is like, so we have, I'll tell you what we have, because I can visualize it all. We have air hockey.
Yep.
We have the pop shot, the basketball.
Yep.
We have skee ball. We have side-by-side car racing and a side-by-side motorcycle, because nothing is more fun than talking trash to your 8-year-old son as you are destroying him on Monte Carlo. And then we also have this old school, it's I forget, the MAME is what they call it. And so it's this video arcade game with like the big screen, and it has every arcade game from 1982 to like 2005.
Street Fighter 2?
Street Fighter
NBA
2,
Jam?
NBA Jam, NFL Blitz.
Coming over. Middle.
Contra. I mean, all kinds of like.
Contra?
Yeah.
Up, down, down, left, start? Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's. And let me give a shout out to one of my advisors, Eddie Ajaman. He lost to Glass Joe on Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Ooh.
And I didn't know that could actually happen.
Don't say that.
But he did. So I shout out Eddie. I would shout out Alex Cal. Another one of our advisors, just got his CFP. Amazing. Gina Mazadra, been an advisor with us for 5 years now, which is crazy. So we're very lucky to have different people. And so we got a good
CFP,
crew.
I meant to mention that. What does that mean? What acronym?
So CFP is a certified financial planner.
Got you.
Yeah.
What's CPWA?
CPWA is a certified private wealth advisor. In CPWA, when you say it, you also have to say the professional afterwards. So CPWA professional. Not my rules, their rules, and I just don't want to lose a license, so I go by their rules. And that one was mainly like, specifically to people that have $5 million and up, the CPWA. And I hesitate to say that stuff because we don't need to have more than 5 million to become a client at all. We don't have limits at all in what we do. If we can help you, we can help you. But it was interesting because there were a lot of like tax pieces and estate planning pieces that I did not know before that, and which can be applied to plenty of people. So I like that one.
Middletown office is. What about the Middlebury office?
So
You ever go to Quasi? Lake Quasipog out there in Middlebury?
apparently, no. I feel like I should tell me about Lake Quasipah.
You
What
should bring
am
your
I missing?
kids. It's like it was Six Flags before Six Flags.
Okay.
Well, it's that side of town, Six Flags.
Did I
It's
tell
the
you-
Waterbury Six Flags. I grew up going to
Okay.
quarter night, quarter hot dogs, quarter soda at Quasi. Oh, you eat so much and you full and you spin around
Sounds like a great combination.
and finish.
It's
Reversal
it's
of
a great way
fortune.
to reduce the calories. That's,
Yes.
we actually went to Six Flags on Easter, so it was great because
That's smart.
we're Jewish. We got nothing else to do. There was no lines. It was like the best day. So for all of you people
It
out
was
there, I know.
open?
Oh yeah,
Smart.
I know. We do Chinese on Christmas. I think we should also start the Six Flags on Easter. Let's have a communal day.
You heard him. You heard him here.
I don't know if
Should
did
we put
they
a sign
that.
up at the J?
Do they? Yes. Do they not? They don't sponsor you though. I won't mention that company anymore.
Who's that?
Six Flags.
No, they do not.
Yeah.
Yet.
Okay.
Keyword.
Got it. Okay.
No, Rachel Lutzker. How's
Yes.
she doing?
She's great. So
You guys got a good little. Now, who's got better rapport, me and you, or you and Rachel?
Yeah.
Going back and forth.
yeah. So I mean, it's close. It's really close. But
And what do I have to do to get her on the podcast?
good luck. I couldn't. I will like the. Rachel puts up with me. Like I was like, "Oh, Rachel, just come on the show. You can ask me questions." She's like, "No." I'm like, "What do you mean? No. Just ask me like any questions." She's like, "Man, I don't know about financial planning. I am a professional. You have to give me. We're going to have a show. You can't just have me out there and say, ask me stuff." So I was like, "Oh, we need to actually like plan this out." I didn't realize that we had to have structure. I just thought we would go on a talk.
Did you have topic and script? And
Oh man, yeah.
do practice rounds?
No, I don't, because I like to be off the cuff. I don't
Yeah.
want to I don't want to be practiced. I
Yeah.
have some idea of what I want to talk about. I have some concept, but we'll give out topics. We'll give out ideas. I want to give her enough questions so that she's good and can ask, but I don't want it to be rehearsed. I get,
No, she's super cool. She hosts. Actually, I heard her on the way over.
okay.
River 105.9.
Mm-hmm.
Your ride home, Rachel Lutzker. And I was like, hey, I'm going to bring that up. And I saw her at the Brook Goff Christmas party.
Okay.
And I talked with her. I think I said, hey, when are you going to be a podcast guest? And what's her husband do? Is he like a cop or something?
No, he's a financial advisor.
Oh, oops.
Well,
And she does a show with you?
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
said.
boy.
So I said, listen, first of all, have you met him?
Yeah.
So
He's a big dude.
He's like,
Is he bigger than you?
Oh yeah.
Who has better returns?
No, he's a big
No.
boy.
So first of all, he's a great guy. Dave
Yep.
Jorgensen, great human being. RBC with Decker.
Okay.
So little different realm, right? They do like we like your Venn diagram. We overlap a little bit, but not a lot. He and I had a conversation. I said, I just want she's gonna rep you do the same type of industry. But I'm a big fan of Dave. He's a good
he's a
dude.
cool guy.
He's a good human being.
Mean handshake, big boy.
Yeah.
But I chatted him up at
And
the
he
Brook Goff
probably
Christmas
could pick
party.
me up and like break me, like he could like I was a wishbone, right? I mean, and that was, I think he's in the Hall of Fame at Florida. I want to say University of Florida. I believe that's what it is
For what?
for football.
Come on. Yeah, he's a big dude.
He won, yeah.
I was going to say power lifter. It could have been the shot put. It could have been anything because he's a big boy.
He's a big fella. Yeah, no, I would if I had to fight him, which is like what a guy mentality is. Like, what would I do? I'm immediately going for the ankles. Like I'm kicking the shins and I'm running. Like that's the goal.
Run.
Right? Is that like shin kicker? Is that no? Are we allowed to? Okay.
So shout out to the J. We're going to name some ballers here. Now, are you better them in the court or financial advising? Because Evan Gilchrist, 55, he's a financial planner and the J, episode 55.
Okay. I would
John
say
Decker, baller, financial planner, episode 65. Is there one that you'd like to discuss? Who's better on
So-
the court or off the court?
Evan has
I
sneaky
ask all
good.
the tough questions. Rachel doesn't ask those kind of questions.
No, Rachel wouldn't have the context to ask the question. Thank God. Rachel's never been like, Ben, I want to watch you play in the men's JCC over 30 league
torture.
basketball game. Great, thrilling stuff. But Evan Gilchrist has sneaky good layups. Finishes better at the rim than you'd expect. And Decker, who's 55,
Yeah, just turned it, I think.
can still play a 40-minute game up and down the court. Incredible shape. He's a marvel, and he's great. Better returns, no idea. But that's not. Respectfully, it's not the goal. I could have two clients, and one's going to have better returns than the other because they're going to be in different stuff based on what they want. That's not like a fair comparison. I think the better question is if you're going to compare advisors, which I don't want to be compared to those. They're both wonderful human beings, but it's did they do what I asked them to do? If I told them that I want safe or I want growth or I want to, whatever it was, be aggressive, I want to generate more income, I want more interest, I want to save money in taxes. Did they tell you they'd do it, and did they follow through? I think that's where we can judge. So
That's a good answer. Very diplomatic. Way to answer. You could have
Thank you.
took a lot of different angles.
If I think about what is that movie, Chicago, right, where Richard Gere is tap dancing, I feel like I did a good job of that.
You tapped around it perfectly. So before we move on, because we're getting close to the end,
Sure.
anything that I missed on financial planning, anything you'd like to share, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, there's no one right answer. I think that people want to gravitate to extremes. Everything should be in stocks, everything should be in mutual funds, everything should be in bonds, everything should be in annuities, everything should be in structured notes. I disagree with all of them. I think that there's a blend for everything, and we shouldn't dismiss any type of investment because of the name of it. We should see if that investment makes sense for us. Same concept, right? Like I shouldn't dismiss any charity just because it says Friends of Feeney. Right, I shouldn't just not give to that place because of who's running it, right? I should look at the work that they're actually doing, and do they do the things that they say they do, and have they actually helped 100 families? That's amazing, right? Let's make sure that we're giving to the right places.
Love it. Well, Billy's a great donation. He's a good friend on and off the court. Right, Bill? He tries.
Just follow the motto.
Being a good friend. And
Bill's a
Billy's
great friend.
podcast has like
You know-
300 plus views.
You know
Fuchs.
what's that? He's going to beat me.
Okay.
You know what's underrated? Not only Billy's good friendness, but also his barbecuing skills.
Ooh.
Underrated,
Right?
Barbecutioner? Is that
Barbecutionator?
Barbecuer?
Another 2 weeks.
2
Barbecuer?
weeks. Yeah, he's got some things to do, and then he's invited us over.
That's nice.
We tried to invite him ourselves over the other day.
We consistently try to do that. I will say, like the furniture is okay.
Just filled the propane tank yesterday. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're good to go. All right, so right after this, we'll be going to Billy's.
Yep, we're going over there, right down the street.
So, do you feel like what round were you drafted in?
I was a captain this year.
Oh, okay, got it.
However,
Wait, did you ever answer the question of how your team did? Did you
Billy's
get around
here.
that?
Billy was on that team.
Okay, cool.
Couple years ago.
What was the record? What was the record last?
We were 0
last
and
year?
14.
Oh,
2 years
For
ago.
winter.
0 for winter.
0 for winter.
Two years ago.
Okay.
This year, I think we won 4 games. We finished the 3 in a row. I scored 19 in the finale.
that's awesome.
Me, right
So
here
in
at the J.
in 2 years, you won 4 games.
I was 4 and 28.
8 months.
128. Cool, that's great.
Or
That's
four
all.
and do the math.
I would never comment on that. That's
All
great.
right. Hold on.
Started.
Let's see. Hold on a second. So, no, these are cute pictures when you won. I just had a question, seeing that we're bringing stuff up.
Uh-oh. I'm
This yellow one. There's a great team here. There's Seth, Rick Hertz, Ty, Bendette, Jason Ryan, and LaSalle. Is that LaSalle?
Vassal.
Vassal.
Aaron Vassal. Dr. Aaron
Aaron.
Vassal. Dr. Vassal.
Dr. Vassal. Excuse
Yes.
me. And why
Part of
are
the
you,
Dr. Vassal family.
Can we zoom in on Ben? Is he flexing and holding his
No,
best
no,
in
no,
this
no, no,
picture?
no, no.
Can you did
Is that
you
a
let out
flex?
an
My mouth is open.
huge exhale after
I know
this
what you're
picture
talking
was
about.
taken.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, your veins in your neck are.
You know what? When I get the opportunity to play basketball, I just I get excited.
And then there's another one.
I
This
definitely
is the real reason you won.
respectfully. Oh yeah.
You're hoisting tie.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't even count that championship. You just
Am I holding the
piggybacked on
trophy?
tie.
Are we holding the trophy or
Piggybacked
we're
on
not?
tie. And then hold on, you got the blue one.
Oh, okay, great.
Then
Fuchs
Oh,
Financial.
you near Aaron.
Oh, that was
Jim.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Alex, Frankel,
Who was MVP of that
some
one?
other dude. And look,
Wait.
again, I don't know if you're flexing, but you're not holding your
I
breath,
just
but you're
no.
flexing.
Am I flexing?
Jeez.
You know why? Because I was I just happened to be MVP of that
Congrats to Fuchs Financial for winning 2022
Oh.
Winter Vets League. Oh,
one. So 2022, got it. And then Ty was 33.
we won. What year did we win?
89.
22?
1989.
I have 3 championships.
Oh, do you? That's great.
How many do you have?
How long have you been playing in the league?
16 years.
Okay, cool. 10 years.
Oh,
Cool.
How many titles without Ty?
yo,
Two.
good one.
2.
Okay, those are
2 out of 3.
No, we already. Oh, that was a fun fact too. We have this Birdies for Charity thing going. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to donate.
Mm-hmm.
Webster Bank is matching with 15%.
I was looking for more ways to give money. Tell me more.
But anyway, championship game. I go, hey, let's give 5 points per bucket for Bender. Let's give, was it $2? Or no, it was 5. It was 5. Oh, it was $1 for Ty,
Yep.
5 for you,
Yep.
10 for Bender.
per point.
Per point.
Yep.
Ty had 20.
Mm.
That's 20. You had 19.
You're welcome.
That's 95.
You're welcome.
Do the math. Bender had
Just did it.
0.
Sorry.
That's 0.
I was guarding him.
So
I'm
that's
kidding, Ben. I'm kidding.
115 total. Billy took that and donated it to Birdies of Charity. That I just mentioned. So Billy, always a good friend.
He was a good friend.
Thank you for dropping 19.
My pleasure.
Ty dropped 20.
I'm surprised that I got 5. I mean, honestly, my season average was like 4.5. So
19 in
I
the
knew,
championship.
I knew that
All swish on those threes, Billy. Remember that?
if we could just
Unbelievable.
relive my glory moments. That's
Playoff Ben.
That's it. Are we okay? I mean, we're not talking
Yeah.
about Tatum now. Sorry.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, it's getting hot here. Hold on. Ooh.
It's not over yet.
Oh, what is that?
Can we talk about PP3 coming through? I mean, this is his time to shine, right? Are we excited for Peyton Pritchard? Do you think that
I do
Brunson will be able to keep up with Peyton the entire game?
It's hard to dislike him.
It is hard to dislike.
Is he getting the start?
Oh, I'm not sure, but 6 man of the year, he'll get some run. They were 8-2 without Tatum.
If you're 6th man of the year and the starter goes out, you pretty much have to, right? I mean, that's
Well, it's 3-1 Knicks. The Garden was rocking. I mean, to have Tatum have his best, he didn't miss. 42, didn't miss. Deep threes. And to go out like that is unfortunate, sad, stinks. I don't want to, I hate for the Knicks to win this way, but I'm going to take the dub tomorrow night.
You know who came back from 3-1? Down. LeBron James.
It's a 73 win team.
Yeah,
How
against the team with the best record in the history of the NBA.
How about I text Ty, like, hey, guy.
The best record in the history of the NBA. He did something that nobody else had ever done. And he led, if my memory serves, in 2016, about the time that you hit me in the jaw. If memory serves, he led both teams in rebounds, assists, points, steals, and blocks. Is that, has anybody ever done that in the history?
All right. That's like me at the J on a regular night.
What decade was that, Feeney?
How about Ty? I'm like, hey, give me some insight, tidbit, fun fact on Ben. Like, you know him very well. You're going to give me something good.
Yeah.
Ty writes, fun fact about Ben. He loves LeBron and thinks LeBron is the GOAT. Like, how fun of this fact?
That
are we
is a
going
fun
here?
fact.
Come on, Ty.
Who is your GOAT? Patrick Ewing? Allen Houston? Is it Marcus Camby?
Anthony Mason.
Okay. Got it.
Love Anthony Mason.
Bernard King. Yeah. Cool.
We have so many. I think you might have to be returning podcast guests. You two, Billy and Fuchs. Bill and Ben.
The opportunity to be on with Billy is great. Listen, I'm grateful. Thank you for having me on. Seriously, I mean, for all the stuff that I give you on a daily basis, I am amazed by all the work that you do and that you continue to put in and all the effort that you put in to continuing to help people grow. And I think that it's amazing and it's an example that everybody should follow.
Thanks, Fuch. Well, I had a blast talking to him. Lots of laughs, a lot of razzing, heating up, dissing, whatever you want to call it, roasting. But
Yeah.
I love it.
I might have gotten a little
welcome
nicked. Yeah.
I welcome it. And what was I going to say? So, the J. I want to thank the J. Not only does it provide a wonderful opportunity to swim, work out, play hoop, but you network. And I met some wonderful friends, Billy, Ty, Bender, Jim Roy, Near. We didn't get enough about Near, but Near hosted us at the Feeney Fuchs, and his wife.
Can you do
cooked
the
some
Near
wonderful-
accent? Can you talk like Near? Whenever you have made a mistake, I can just hear Near talking to me. Why did you do this?
Greg, call a foul, Greg.
He got in my arm every time. Every time. Okay.
We're
Yeah.
getting canceled, dude.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just gonna
okay.
be canceled.
No. That's fine. I started
Who's
it.
a better captain, Scotty Mack or Andy?
Ooh, Scotty Mack or Andy.
So I want to thank you to the JCC. Appreciate you sponsoring the podcast. Great community. I'm happy to be here. But no, I do. I think the JCC does provide an incredible resource for. I'm a member of the board.
Oh, you are?
Be fair. I'm happy to be part of the finance committee there. But I think it's a great place, and I think that it's a wonderful place to play basketball and to network. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, thank you so much to the J. Wonderful people over there. Shout out to Brad Drazen. He's on the board. He was in the league,
Also a guy that got me in the jaw.
and he was on episode 53. Brad Drazen.
Brad Drazen was the one that. Do you know what Brad Drazen did?
He used to wear the mouthpiece.
Oh yeah.
He was
He
nuts. You
out of
see
his
him on
mind,
TV.
yes.
He's such a nice guy.
Such a nice guy. And then
On
the
the
rage
court?
comes out when the rebound goes up. Yes, you like I would not no, if I'm boxed him out, that's fine. But if I'm anywhere to the side of him,
Yeah.
he's got the rebound. It's okay.
I remember he like jumped over my back like, oh.
So Brad
guy.
Drazen, like 2 years ago, invited me to breakfast with Josh Feldman. And we're sitting down, we're eating, and at the end of the breakfast, we're just talking. He's like, "Thanks for being a part of the board." You're on the finance committee now. And I said, "I'm sorry, what?" Like, "Oh yeah, you're on the finance committee." I'm like, no, I've got 3 kids, I've got a business, I've got offices. Like, yeah. He's like, no, you're going to be on. It's Tuesdays. It's only once a month. It's no big deal. It'll be fine. Okay, great. And then it's like, oh, you're now the head of the audit committee. Oh, good, audit. That's something I've never done before. Can't wait to be a part of that. Very excited. And then like 9 months later, like, all right, you're on the board now.
That's called being
Thanks.
voluntold.
Yeah, no,
That's a great strategy, Brad.
That's kind of how I ended up
Voluntold.
on the Feeney podcast.
You were voluntold.
Yes,
You're coming on this podcast.
can't wait. Happy to be here.
Well, let's wrap it up, but I don't know if you read my mug. Hold on, let me sit. It was great having tea with you. The LeBron. What's that say? Read that to everyone at home, please.
Oh, I'll read it. Sure.
No, read it for real, though.
This is what the world's best teacher looks like. Now,
Yes.
much like Michael Scott, he had to buy that for himself, but that's okay. That doesn't make it not true. It might lower the credibility. That's why I'm sure it's there. It's in writing.
So with that being said, oh, hold on. It came with a card. Thank you to my friend Zoe. This
Aw.
year, you've taught me how to do multiplication, fractions, and to be a good friend to everyone. Says it right here.
Why is that in your handwriting?
I wrote it with my left hand.
Got it.
Do you have a favorite teacher before we close? Favorite teacher?
Oh, favorite teacher. Man, on the spot. Mrs. Zendlovich, my 5th grade teacher, who taught us about the Holocaust, and was herself a survivor. And, you know, she felt like she was 100 back when I was in 5th grade in Tennessee. And she is just one of those teachers that cared. And you don't have to go crazy when you're a teacher, but when people know that you care, it's just a different level.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well said.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, she cares. Oh, that's why you're a Titans fan. We don't have to go there, but you're born in Tennessee?
Raised in Tennessee.
Raised in
Tennessee, 3 to 14. Nashville.
All right, this is the Feeney Talks with Friends podcast. We're Friends of Fuchs today. Upcoming events quickly, though. We have a Memorial Day parade looking for sponsors. We have a Hartford Athletic game on 6/6. We have a Bristol Blues game on 7/12. We have our Friends of Nicholas 4th annual Yard Goats game on August 16th. And our 4th annual golf tournament, 15th. We have our 4th annual golf tournament, which Fuchs Financial is a exclusive whole sponsor for the 2nd year in a row. So with all his words being said, I really thank you. You're very generous. You're very thoughtful. You're a good friend. And let's go Knicks. We're going to say be a good friend on 3. Or you add something first.
No. I will say, I wasn't going to say what you just said, but I'll say let's be a good friend. I'm ready.
You want to count it down?
No, I wouldn't want to take the thunder. It's your show.
It's your show.
Oh.
But you're on TV.
Thank you all for being Friends of Fuchs. Grateful to be here. 1, 2, 3, Friends of Feeney.
No, be a good friend.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Be a good friend.